Hi love, welcome to day 17 of Rise of the Magnetic Woman. Before we begin, have you done yesterday's practice of receiving in relationships? If not, pause here, go back to day 16 and complete it first. Now, if you remember, on day 4, we explored the body's simple yes and no. That was your first step in learning to hear your body's signals. But life isn't always as simple or clear as a yes or a no. Sometimes the answer is about direction. What feels expansive? What feels constricting? What path feels nourishing, even if it's scary? Today we are going deeper. We learn to use our body not just as a signal, but as a compass, a way to navigate choices in love, money, family, and life itself. Because your body knows the way long before your mind does. You feel restless or heavy when your energy is being drained. But most of us, we override these cues. We overthink, we rationalize, or let others make decisions for us. When we do this, we disconnect from our natural compass. And that's when we feel stuck, confused, or lost. Now, sometimes this can get very tricky. Because even when something is right for us, we might still feel fear. And it has the same sensation, the stomach knots, the nerves. That doesn't always mean it's wrong. And here's the difference. Fear feels alive. It carries energy. There's nervousness, but also expansion. While misalignment feels draining. It leaves you heavy, contracted, restless, exhausted. Fear is a sign you are growing, while misalignment is a sign that you are betraying yourself. And your body can tell the difference if you stay present long enough to notice. So magnetism isn't about overthinking, it's about alignment. And alignment starts when you listen to the subtle sensations of your body. Now let me just share a mythology reference here, the story of Savitri and Satyavan. In the Mahabharata, the story of Savitri shows us the power of following your inner compass. When Savitri was instructed by her father to go out into the world and look for a husband of her choice, she met Satyavan. And she felt this undeniable pull towards him. Her body lit up with certainty that this is the person for me. But when she returned home, the sages warned her that Satyavan will die within a year. Everyone advised her to be practical, to choose someone else. But Savitri didn't ignore what her heart and her body already knew. She chose Satyavan anyway. A year later, when Yama, the god of death, came to take Satyavan, Savitri followed him. Step by step, she walked beside Yama. She didn't fight or beg. She stayed in her alignment, soft, steady, unwavering. Her magnetism was so powerful that Yama, moved by her devotion, restored Satyavan's life. The lesson here, when you follow your compass, even against fear, logic, or external pressure, you gain a strength that no one can take away. Savitri didn't just say yes or no. She trusted her direction completely. And that trust made her magnetic enough that even the god of death bowed before her. So now let's look at how we can turn our signals into a compass. So as I said before, Day 4 was about learning to hear the signals yes or no. And today we are about using those signals to navigate our life. So your body shows you alignment, and alignment feels like openness, warmth, expansion, deeper breath, while misalignment feels like contraction, tension, heaviness, shallow breath. So let me just share a story from my life. When I have always wanted to start a business of my own, and I was always interested in having a salon for myself. So I used to visit this salon in India, Baroda, and I had been going there for the last 10 years. And I used to speak, how we get friendly with the salon staff. And I used to speak to this owner and tell her that I would love to do a business someday similar to yours. So one day she told me that if you are interested, why don't we do this in partnership? So I got excited and I asked her, yeah, okay, but how much would it cost me? And she said around 5.5 lakhs. When I spoke to my husband, he already knew that I wanted to do this, so he encouraged me. But when it came to signing the contracts and handing over the money, my heart felt so heavy. It just didn't feel right to me. Something was off. I told my husband this, that I don't want to do this. But he kept encouraging me, no, it is just fear and all that. However, what happened was 6 months later, this woman, I paid up, I signed the contract, and 6 months later, this woman ran away with the money, closing the salon, and I didn't even come to know about it until much later. So this is what I say about listening to your body. So instead of only asking your body, is this right? Start asking, which direction feels expansive? Does the yes feel expansive or is it the no? So in this example, even while it was a yes to doing a new business, my body was giving me the direction saying no, which I didn't listen to. So now let's look at the day 17 practice. How to check in with our compass. So think of a decision or situation in your life right now. Think of something which you have been putting off or making a decision or situation. Close your eyes. Hand on your heart and womb. Imagine yourself moving towards it, towards a decision. Notice how your body feels. Does it expand or does it contract? Now, imagine yourself moving away from the decision that you are wanting to make. Now, notice the difference, how it feels in your body. You can journal by my body's compass told me the direction that feels most alive for me is figure out the solution that you want. So my love, your body never lies. It holds your deepest wisdom and it always guides you back home. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to trust your compass. Not just for small choices, but for the big ones that shape your life. Use this practice for every decision that you want to make in your life. Check in with your body. Now, share in the comments what your compass revealed today. Like this video if it resonated, and share it with a sister who needs to start trusting herself more. And if these practices are awakening something inside you and you are ready to go deeper, I'd love to invite you into my Level 1 Awakening program. This is where we go beyond these daily practices into a full guided journey of feminine magnetism, self-intimacy, and embodiment. If you'd like to know more, just comment awaken below and I'll reach out with the details. Tomorrow we'll build on this with another practice to strengthen your magnetic energy.